Alright, what's going down, y'all? It's your boy VI, and tonight I'm finally doing the chapter 69 review, and it was a doozy. A lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on, and I don't know, man. I think that this granola saga, whatever they're calling it, is going to be one for the books because we have a number of things going on right now, man. We got Goku trying to figure out this Ultra Instinct thing. We got Whis still trying to, hone that Ultra Instinct that, for what we saw with Mero, was really just the tip of the iceberg. Goku's Ultra Instinct is in his baby form. He's a toddler with Ultra Instinct compared to like people like Whis, the Grand Priest, even Beerus. He's like a toddler, and it's incredible that Dragon Ball still has a lot of gas in the engine, man. So while I wait for this match to start, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a little script I got, a little scripty scripts, you know. Main point is that Beerus tells Vegeta the truth about Planet Vegeta, and Granola gets to make a wish. That's pretty much the main two plot points on this Super 69 chapters. We get a little bit more context for our newest character, Granola. So far from what we got, it looks like he's a bounty hunter that is respected out of the galaxy. After completing his last job in chapter 68, Nola returns home. He lives on planet Cereal, inhabited by the Sugaranians, which is a pretty weird name. I don't care what no one says. Like, Toriyama loves his food. Like, it just don't stop. Drops off his ship for repairs, and a member of the Sugaranian. I'm skipping parts. I'm so tired, guys, but I need to do this. I've been sitting on this. The chapter's been out for like, what, 2 weeks now? Nah, I'm getting this out. Gets a repair by a member of the Sugaranian race. I guess they have like their whole little society going on. Grabs some water and heads home. He stops by an old friend who happens to be, you guessed it, a Namekian, hence the water. But before he gets there, he has like a little bit of ongoing monologue, and he kind of gives a history of the Sugaranians, and he even talks a little bit more about the Heaters, the gang that basically stole OG 713 from Nola in the last couple of chapters. Got a whole lot of really good context. So one thing we found out is that though Goku did a really good thing by killing Frieza, he created a power vacuum, and they kind of explored a little bit in the manga, and not in the manga, but in the anime when Vegeta was like out looking for Goku. And one thing we don't really get a lot of context to is the effects of these sands throughout the universe, right? So for so long, like, we focused primarily on Earth, Namek, and the afterlife. And that's the one good thing about Super. GT did it too, but it was so bad to some people that they just don't care about it, right? But in reality, a lot of things happen in this universe, and it's been like, what, I think Goku was like 30 when he killed Frieza. Right now, he's almost 50, and he's like a freaking god at this point. Frieza kind of kept things in check for the most part, if you think about it. He was a tyrant, but at the same time, he managed to kind of make sure that the universe doesn't collapse on itself. But with his death, it looks like we kind of get a chance to other groups kind of took charge, right? And the Heaters, I think, are one of those groups. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit more context for the Bojack's gang, right? I know they happened like way before right before Frieza, but I wouldn't be surprised if we begin to see a little bit of their race around, you know what I mean? But anyway, so as going back to the chapter, the Sugaranians and the Heaters, they have like a cool little alliance. They get a planet. I guess they probably play the Heaters tribute, you know what I'm saying? Like, give them resources, let them kind of kick it on the planet when they want to. And that's the planet that so happens that Nola lives on. And he doesn't live with them, obviously. He's like the lone warrior, right? So he lives on the outskirts of the city, but he has this Namekian friend who he kicks it with. He old guy, right? That's what I'm saying about this whole extra context for the universe. Because Kami's not the only fucking Supreme Kai that we got, right? And I think we forget about that a lot of times. Like, when Dende went to Earth, that was like a favor for Goku, but at the same time, it's like, no. If we've seen all these galaxies in the Tournament of Power, imagine like all the other Namekians who have went across the universe and kind of like made their homes on these other planets, created Dragon Ball. So I think that's going to be in the future. I'm gonna get into this a little bit later, but I feel like this is opening the door for us to kind of move past the Saiyans with the Dragon Ball series as a whole. Because I can see like in 20 years we have like Dragon Ball series where there's no Saiyans involved, because now we know with the Tournament of Power, we know that there's a lot of other planets, a lot of other planets and a lot of other races, and the Dragon Balls are more universal than anything. If this dude beats me, I'm gonna be so hot. I'm playing like trash right now, but I'm so tired, guys. But anywho's, I'm gonna get back to my scripts. So I can't read my script and play the game at once. I gotta figure this out. I think I'm gonna get a tablet so I can make this a little bit easier. But anywho, Whoop. So you see I'm playing with the whole Vegeta squad tonight, because Vegeta is like pretty much the focus of this chapter. Goku has a little pop-up or whatever, but it's really all about Vegeta. The fall of Frieza creates a power vacuum in the galaxy. After Frieza and King Cold were killed by Trunks, a number of small groups took over Frieza's territories. This was hinted in the manga, like I said. It was even more talked about in the little TV special that had Vegeta's little brother. That's just the beginning of Nola's story. Black on planet Beerus, this is where things get hot at. Last chapter, Vegeta basically said that he doesn't want Ultra Instinct. He wants his own path to power. And knowing his character, knowing the kind of person he is, and even with the Tournament of Power anime side, right? It would make sense that Vegeta would probably get the God power. If Goku's gonna be the calm, level-headed warrior, then Vegeta's gonna be that goddamn monster that everyone, that kind of keeps everyone at bay, because he knows that Whis won't use his power, but Beerus definitely will use the power, and I think that's where we're kind of getting to. Like, both the Saiyans deserve some type of like next level power up, right? And I think Goku's been the focus, obviously, his hit show. But now that Vegeta's kind of become more of a primary character, especially with his training on Yajirobe, I can't say that shit. But since his spirit training, it seems that he has like a whole bunch of potential that has yet to be unlocked. I think Beerus is going to give him an opportunity to unlock that via training. But you gotta remember, Beerus is a dickhead. Beerus is a real live dickhead, bro. Like he's a spoiled brat who can blow up the universe with like with a thought, you know. And that's kind of the kind of power that Vegeta's going to eventually get a hold to. Gotcha. Back on Beerus's planet, Vegeta begins his training with the God of Destruction. They begin with a little discussion about the Saiyans, and Beerus kind of wants to know Vegeta's feelings on the matter. Vegeta believes that the Saiyans were destined to their fate. Kind of like what Goku said to, it was either Baby or it was either to another truffle. Gotcha. And Vegeta and Beerus he finally lets the cat out of the bag, no pun intended, that he's the one who told Frieza to blow up the planet. But before that, Beerus starts wailing on Vegeta. Like, he starts wailing on this dude like crazy. And I think it's just part of the training, right? He wants to kind of see where Vegeta is right now. And it looks like Vegeta's not really as strong as you would think he is. I mean, after Miro, after the Tournament of Power, you think that Vegeta would be on a whole another level. But that's not the case. Vegeta's still getting washed by the God of Destruction, which makes sense. I would make the argument that Goku will probably still get washed by Beerus, because we still haven't seen his full power, even though we had like a little preview of it in the Tournament of Power preliminaries when the gods all fought in the manga. We really haven't seen how strong Beerus is, but we're getting closer to it now. Beerus' planet, Vegeta begins his training with the God of Destruction. They begin with a discussion about the Saiyans and Vegeta's feelings on the matter. Vegeta believes that the Saiyans were destined to their fate, which, to my surprise, Beerus says none of that matters. While Vegeta is in shock, Beerus attacks Vegeta. Like I said before, I think he was trying to really gauge his full power he was really trying to gauge Vegeta's full power at the moment. And to even piss him off even more, he tells him what happened to the Saiyans. He tells him that no, it wasn't a whim that Frieza had, it was him. He's the one who told him to do it. And that makes Vegeta snap, because you gotta remember, my pride, Prince of all Saiyans, that's very important to Vegeta. That's been his whole stick, right? He's the lost prince, he's the fallen, he's the royalty that never got to really taste the fruits of royalty, you know? So Vegeta goes crazy and attacks Beerus with his full power, and Beerus beats the brakes off Vegeta. Even uses the Haku attack, which we haven't seen in quite some time. The beatdown was really intense. Like, it was so intense that like it distracted Goku and Whis from their training, because, you know, Goku's still trying to figure out this Ultra Instinct thing. After the fight, Beerus explains that the role of destruction is to help creation, and that destruction has to be almost chaotic good for the most part, because you can't have life without death. He also tells Vegeta that as long as he carries that heavy heart from his sins of his past to even I think Vegeta still has a little bit of regret that he has to live in Goku's shadow. He has a lot of emotions, and that's been his driving force all this time. But I think now it's getting to the point that Vegeta has to grow out of that in order to reach his next level, and he has to have a clear conscience, which is very interesting, because like we've seen from the Majin arcs, from even like the Tournament of Power, his ties to Earth, they're very important to him. He has a kid, he has 2 kids, as a matter of fact. He has a wife, he has like a whole life on Earth. But in order to reach that power that he so desires, he has to kind of not give that up, but he has to either put it in perspective or just forget all about it, which I have no doubt that he would do. But in the manga, it can definitely happen. But in the anime, like Vegeta's like really taking up his role as a father. One of the biggest jokes on Dragon Ball Twitter is that like, yo, Vegeta's a way better father than Goku, which is it depends on what your definition of fatherhood is, right? Like Goku's like a way more fun dad, but Vegeta's like consistently there. So which one matters more to you? That's a whole discussion for you and your parents. Don't bring that to this Twitch stream. This is kind of an ironic battle, right? Because Bardock is the exact type of saying that babies would hate. They were just like these mad slaughtering monsters. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. After the fight, Vegeta explains the role of destruction in creation. He tells Vegeta that as long as he has regret in his heart, he will never achieve the power that he desires. Beerus tells him to destroy his current self to reach that full potential, that sweet, sweet, sweet godhood, that sweet god of destruction power. And that kind of makes sense, right? Because remember Toppo, if you remember from the anime, like when Toppo finally went full god of destruction, he was like, I don't care about anything, and his power increased. But he was already kind of like a pilot, you know what I'm saying? He was like not a semi-god of destruction, but he was like, his application had been accepted, It was just the fact that he hadn't really pushed it through yet. And it's weird that he had to like do all that in the ring, right? But he probably would have did that at some other time. Toppo had to give everything up to really get that power. So I cannot wait to see God of Destruction Vegeta, It's gonna be sick because he's a blue Super Saiyan right now, right? And if he's going to be a god of destruction, it looks like their power is mostly purple. So it's probably going to be some type of like sick thing where it's like he has purple hair. He has like royal hair, Royalty is the color purple. So you can see some really cool shit in the future with Vegeta. But he has to get through this training first. And I don't think Beerus is going to make it easy. Back to the main plot, right? The thing that's going to really draw everything together. We catch up with the Heater gang from 68. And it looks like they took all the data from 713 and are using it to find their next big heist. Going through the data, they're able to get up to speed on the Moro Saga. And they figure out that all these prisoners they kind of shook up the galaxy, but not to the extent that it wasn't able to be fixed, which it was. One thing they weren't familiar though was the Dragon Balls. And they quickly got on game with that. And even learned the history of the Dragon Balls and the Namekians. The gang also realized there's a Namekian on planet Syria where the Sugaranians are. So it's safe to assume that's probably where their big heist is next. Back on Syria, we get more into the Namekian that Nola got that water from. He's an old Namekian that lives on planet Syria. And his name is Manito. Yeah, I'm gonna say Manito? I'm gonna say Manito. That sounds a little bit better with the pronunciation. I want to assume that he was a guardian for another planet because he does have Dragon Balls, and that Nola's kind of been like his ward. He's Monato's ward, or he's just kind of like a nice dude who just takes care of his old neighbor, you know what I mean? Kind of think they live together from what it looks like. While they're kicking it or whatever, they're drinking the water, and the Namekian's drinking the water, Nola's eating, and he kind of gets a little bit of knowledge about the Dragon Ball, and he even finds out that the Dragon Balls can grant a single wish, and that wish can help to resurrect its people. Crazy. Or even avenge its people. Sounds familiar? The duo finishes kicking it and they start relaxing. Nola is watching the news and the anchor says they found a mysterious item on the planet that happens to be, you guessed it, a goddamn Dragon Ball. Nola sneaks out, finds the ball on his like Assassin's Creed side of the game, and with only 2 Dragon Balls, the one that was in the Namekian's house and the one that he's seen on the news, guess what he's able to do? He was able to summon a goddamn dragon. He was able to summon a whole dragon with just 2 Dragon Balls. That's insane because you need 7 usually. But you gotta remember, Dende was able to change the rules on the Dragon Balls when he came to Earth. So it's not too far-fetched to assume that you can put certain type of attributes to the Dragon Balls. So instead of having 7, maybe you can make it with 2. Or maybe Toriyama just doesn't care anymore and he's just trying to get the plot going along. I'm going to go with the latter, but I still do enjoy the fact that we're seeing that like you can do more with the Dragon Balls and just gather all 7 and get your wish. Because you got to remember, GT, right? GT, if you didn't bring Dragon Balls back to Earth, the Black Star ones anyway, they're gonna blow up Earth. So not surprised that we have this weird situation with these Dragon Balls. I know a lot of Dragon Ball YouTubers are kind of like, oh, that's stupid. But you know what's stupid? The whole premise of a monkey boy saving the universe. So we gotta kind of get off that, It's super, super interesting. And here's the thing too. It's a sick looking dragon. It looks like a real scorpion. So I wonder if they're gonna get all 7 of those Namekians Dragon Balls. This dude's beating the brakes off of me. If they're gonna get all 7 of those Dragon Balls and undo whatever damage is done in the saga. That'd be like kind of cool because it kind of brings it all back to the notion that you can grant a wish with just 2 Dragon Balls. You need all the Dragon Balls to really get things done like you want to. So he summons the dragon, and the dragon comes, and he does the whole thing, you know. Well, he doesn't do the whole thing. He doesn't just act like you would with the Earth Dragon Balls, but he has to do the Namekian thing, where he like kind of has. I think he has to say like pa 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 or some shit like that. And the dragon comes, and the dragon's like, "Hey, what's up, bro? You want a wish?" And he's like, "I do want a wish." And you know what he wishes for? He wishes to be the strongest fighter in the universe. So Nola gets the 2 Dragon Balls. He steals one from his homeboy. Then he goes and gets one that he saw on TV. Because that would be kind of crazy, right? It's this random ass ball pops up, and people are like, "What the hell?" And they report on the news. You know, they reported like the energy grid thing. So if people are gonna report on that, people are gonna report on this mysterious item because no one's ever seen it before. I'm not trash. I'm just not a Vegeta player, dude. Let's see. Back up, kid Goku. I got you. That's all I needed. This is irony right here. I'll lose, baby, at this point, so I can get the good sparkling. But yeah, man, Nola steals the Dragon Ball from his homeboy. He go gets the other one that he's seen on the news, and guess what he wishes for? Ah, shit, I should have waited. You guessed it, to be the strongest fighter in the universe. And this chapter comes to a close, and that is chapter 69. Yeah, it's nothing really but just to move the plot along. We see that Vegeta's power is going to be the focus of this chapter once again. Last chapter, they focused on like both Goku and Vegeta's transformation into power, but now we're going to look into like more so Vegeta, because Goku's kind of hit his pinnacle at the moment, you know. So Vegeta has to catch up so it can be a good story. This is basically what it is right now, right? If Goku and Vegeta were to fight right now, this would be the thing. Goku would have Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta would just have Super Saiyan God. And though Super Saiyan God's cool, it's not no goddamn Ultra Instinct, you know what I mean? So Vegeta definitely needs a new power up ASAP. I wish I knew how to play Vegeta a little bit more. Okay, he's about to start wrecking me now. I'm gonna switch to my like OG team in a second. Ooh, I think I might catch his ass. Whoop. Oh my god, I caught him. Bro, you have way more chakra than me and more energy than me. You should be, oh shit. I opened up my phone and he just started smashing me. I think I can beat this guy if I like really put my mind to it. He's gonna beat me this time, but I got him next time. So yeah, man, this chapter gives us a lot of new groundwork for the new arc. It looks like Vegeta's path to power will be a major element in the story alongside Nola's revenge plot against the Saiyans. I feel like Nola is going to find Frieza and he'll lead them to Earth, where that will lead them to Goku and Vegeta. In my opinion, the Heaters will get a boost from 713, but it won't be a big deal because at this point, Nola's going to be the strongest fighter in the universe. With his new power, Nola's going to wipe out the Heaters with ease. And I think he's going to go a little power crazy because he has that potential. And then we still don't know what to do with that Sharingan he got. Not Sharingan, but he has like I think he has a Saiyan Eye. I really feel like he has like a Super Saiyan Eye. And I don't know where he got that from. Like, maybe like Raditz was going through something and maybe Raditz had cataracts and he had to get a new eye, you know what I'm saying? Because he had that scouter on the whole, well, not the whole time. I don't fucking know, man. We see that Nola's about to be the head honcho at the moment because he's gonna be the strongest fighter in the universe. But remember, the dragon's magic is finite. There's always a limit to how much a dragon can do. So he may be the strongest in the universe, but the dragon's probably not aware of goddamn the Saiyans and shit like that. So his power might still pale in comparison to Goku from Vegeta. Yeah, I can see Nola going power crazy once he beats the Heaters, because he'll get that revenge that he's been so looking for. And once you get revenge, you want more. And then you start wanting to be like, oh, since I beat this nigga, I'm gonna make the rules now, and I gotta kill everyone who's gonna get in my way. Like I said, man, I just see a lot of people were upset about the whole 2-star Dragon Ball thing. But here's the thing, bro. Remember when the Buu Saga and they went to Namek and got the balls and they were like, oh shit, we're gonna resurrect one person. Guess what? The rules change. The rules change in Dragon Ball, bro. It's a fucking anime. Relax. Let's enjoy this narrative, bro. Like, I'm enjoying this ass whooping. I'm really not enjoying this ass whooping. It's hard to read and do this at the same time. You mother. Oh, thank God he didn't do the Super Saiyan 4 one, because that would hurt. I hate when they get me with the Super Saiyan 4 shit. But yeah, man, I like that. I like the idea of the Namekians from Dragon clans kind of doing their own thing with the Dragon Balls, because it's crazy to assume that like every Namekian has the same rules. Remember, it's a Dragon clan, right? Just like they have the Fighter clan, they got the Dragon clan. And not all Namekian fighters fight the same, so why do we think all Namekians who are in the Dragon clan make the same Dragon Balls? Nah, bro. Gotta have diversity in your groups, because because you'll never advance, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if they have like a fucking making university or some shit where they just kind of do their own different things, man. And like I was saying earlier, man, with this introduction of these Namekians on different planets, now that we know that the Namekians just aren't on Earth as we thought at one point in time, that means that we have the potential to see like a whole bunch of different Dragon Ball series that aren't based around the Saiyans. I can see us in the future maybe looking at the races of warriors from other planets and them using the Dragon Balls to try to get things fixed. The ultimate lesson in the story being that you can't just wish your problems away, you have to do the work. That's one thing about Goku and Vegeta. Them niggas do the work all the time. And then, like, if we could get like multiple Dragon Ball stories that aren't around Saiyans, that's gonna make sure that this series lasts forever. And I think we all would like to see Dragon Ball well into our later years, you know? Also, it gives more context for Dragon Ball GT and Dragon Ball Heroes, because though those are two things that are kind of like, I ain't gonna say not canon, but not like as canony as like Super Z and OG Dragon Ball, they are Dragon Ball properties, and I can definitely see them being something that you could use like a facelift with these new Dragon Ball stories, you know? Because like I mean, as much as I love seeing these fantasy fights with like, oh, this bitch hit me with this shit twice. As much as I love seeing these like fantasy battles with like goddamn, and I'm about to exit this shit. Nah, I'm not a quitter like that. Got you, bitch. Whoop. Oop. Ah, damn, I thought I had more chakra than that. Get y'all monkey ass up here, nigga. I need to be able to play this and read my script at the same time. That's like asking a lot though, because you have to like focus on the game. I can't focus unless it's like subtitles. It's insane, dude. But damn, this motherfucker. All right, hold on. Gotcha. How did he block that? You were like literally doing it. That's what I hate about fighters sometimes. These niggas be getting off with some crazy stuff. My cat was sitting on me this whole time, so I'm doing like 3 things at once, man. I'm a really cold nigga. Bitch, come on. Yeah, man. So the basics. So our takeaways is that Vegeta's probably gonna get the God power, the God destruction power. Nola is about to become a super whatever race he is, or he's about to be a real badass, and he's probably gonna go kill the heaters, and then he's gonna find Vegeta. He's not find Vegeta, find Frieza, and he's gonna be like, hey, you are why the Saiyans destroyed my race. And he's gonna be like, well, you can kill me if you want to, but why don't you go kill the Saiyans? And I know people were like, well, maybe we'll see Broly. I highly doubt that shit. Then Broly is autistic and he needs to stay on that planet away from people because all he's gonna do is cause trouble. And let Nola say something about Broly's dad. I feel like his old girl, the little alien chick that he's been kicking it with, has been like teaching him stuff. Let him say something about Broly's dad to Broly. Broly's gonna go crazy and destroy the universe. And if you're reading Dragon Ball Multiverse, which I really suggest you do because it kind of is like a, if anything, it's kind of like the, not the precursor, but it's like it gives a lot of content. It gives a lot of like the secrets of Dragon Ball Super, you know? Like Toriyama is probably literally just going to Dragon Ball Multiverse, picking a chapter and being like, you know what? This sounds good. Let me do this. But as my product, so guess what? It's gonna be canon, and this is gonna be something cute that people can go to on the internet. But I love Multiverse. But anyways, yeah, man. Nola has these random Dragon Balls, and he gets this new power. Goku's still trying to figure out the Ultra Instinct. Vegeta's gonna get the God of Destruction power if he minds his business, or well, not minds his business, if he forgets his business and becomes clear and calm. And yeah, dude, that's pretty much it for right now. The heaters are dead, bro. I can just see it now, man. The heaters are gonna die like such horrible deaths. Like it's gonna be very unfortunate. I hope it's graphic, cause I miss kind of like crazy Dragon Ball. I miss kind of like murderous Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Ooh, did I get him with it? There we go. Told you I'm not trash. It's hard to read these scripts and play the game at the same time. All right. But yeah, man. That's Dragon Ball Super 69, man. I'm putting this on YouTube, so when you watch it, like, comment, subscribe. Give me to like 50 followers and I'll drop like a hard shirt. I promise you, it's gonna be a hard ass shirt. Shout out to Dragon Ball Super, man. We're gonna keep reading, we're gonna keep waiting, man. We probably not gonna see this for like a super long time in anime form, but it's okay. It's okay, because we're gonna get there one day. Just like you're gonna get there wherever you're going one day. So rock with me. It's V Theater on YouTube. I have a TikTok, I have a link tree. You can find it on like my Twitch. I'd rather you don't go to my Instagram because it's just me like trying to holler at hoes. So let's not worry about that. But yeah, man. This is cool, man. I'll holler at y'all later when we get the next chapter. Deuces.